Welcome to Collaborative Growth Coaching Podcast. Hi, I'm Christine Baylor-Goodlander.
And I'm Melanie Oliveri, and we're so glad you're here. This is a space for anyone who's ready to let go of what's holding them back, tap into their true potential, and create a life that feels meaningful and joyful.
Growth does not happen alone. It's about connection, support, and taking steps that feel right for you. Each week, we'll explore ways to shift your mindset, find clarity, and take inspired action toward the life you really want.
If you're ready to feel more confident, clear, and connected to your purpose, this podcast is for you. Let's walk this path together and discover the amazing possibilities waiting for you.
Welcome to Collaborative Growth Coaching, where your next chapter begins. Hey, beautiful people. It's Melanie and Christine again from Collaborative Growth Coaching. And today we're going to talk with you a little bit about changing your attitude.
So, changing our attitude from the inside out. What is attitude? I mean, how would you define attitude?
It's how you, to me, it's how you respond to things.
Your thinking, your feeling, how you've been set up all your life, I guess. And it's how you see. It's almost a lens and how you see your circumstances. There's a Cherokee story about two wolves, and they're fighting each other. One is fear, doubt, negativity, and the other is love and faith and positivity. Which one is going to win? What do you think? It's going to be the one you feed. So, which wolf have you been feeding lately? Even when we can't change the circumstances, the outside circumstances, we always get to choose how we respond. Think of a traffic jam. Do you stew in frustration? Or do you turn on your Audible and let the book take you enough away that it's not bothering you?
So your outer results will always match what your inside state is. So if you're showing up doubting opportunities that shrink, if you show up expectant and open, your opportunities are going to grow. They're going to flow. The world's a mirror, and if you smile, it'll smile back. If you if you project frustration, then that's what life is going to give you back.
Yeah.
So visualize how different friends, fellow employees, clients, if you're in that kind of work that you have them, react when you show up positive versus when you show up negative. Or consider how, if someone comes in and they're in a low place, how your positivity and your brightness turns their negativity into positivity. And that's a thing. Change starts when you're aware of how you feel. And you've heard us say this before. Notice what you're noticing.
Yep.
So when you're in a situation, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to get frustrated. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get angry. It doesn't mean any of that. What it means is you're going to recognize when you're frustrated. And you're going to give yourself that grace and the ability to say, hang on a second, I need to change my attitude. And surprisingly enough, your attitude will change and good will come from that. Take this challenge for a second. I want you to write down 3 challenging situations for yourself. And what's your default setting for that? Consider that. And then consider changing that default setting into something that's far more positive.
So how? How do we change that, right?
Mhm.
Reframing is a way to change and see the same situation, but through a new and honestly empowering lens. I have to take care of my son tonight. Changes too. I get to spend time with my son. Um, I have to go home and walk the dogs. I love my dogs, but there are nights I feel like I have to go home and walk my dogs. And then I get home and I see my dogs and how happy they are. And it's like, God, I get to come home to this every night. So what is important in your life that sometimes seems like a chore? How can you reframe that? So instead of being a chore, it's a joy. Yeah, take a recent frustration, something that's happened in the last couple of days, because God knows we run into them all the time, right?
Sure.
And kind of brainstorm. How can you turn that into a positive light? It could be as simple as one word that you can translate into a simple feeling. Your attitude, and we've said this with other things, but your attitude is like a muscle. And maybe it's because we're massage therapists too.
Could be.
But your attitude's like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it gets. I'll be honest. Hush. I am not the most positive person in the world. Shock and awe. But since I've started coaching, being coached, started with being coached and becoming a coach, I think, now you can talk. I think that I've developed a more positive attitude more often.
Mhm.
Do I slip? Of course I do. We all do. But I can see it in myself more often. So, like the muscle, it's getting stronger. It's becoming more of a common thing. So, here's some habits that you can try adding in so that you can grow that muscle of positivity. Wake up and start your day with gratitude. Before I ever get out of bed in the morning, I list at least 3 things that I'm grateful for because it changes my attitude for the day when I do. And they can be as simple as I'm curled up with my dog sleeping in my belly, or I woke up and the sun's shining instead of the snow being outside,
Or
or
both.
or both. The sun on the snow can be beautiful, so it doesn't have to be huge. It can be. Go for it, you know? Maybe it's I won the lottery last night. Congratulations. That's like the wonderful way to start the day. But just appreciate what's in your life and then set your intention for your day. I choose to see what's possible. And I invite you when we're all done here, pick a ritual that you want to try every morning and share it. Let us know what it's going to be.
Yeah, I do the same thing actually in the morning before I get out of bed. There's that, oh, I'm awake. It's time to get up. I got to jump out of bed. Take a couple minutes and think, what am I grateful for right now? First thing I always say is, I, I opened my eyes today. I got to wake up today. And then what else am I grateful for? So what we like to say is like attracts like, and there's no denying that.
Yeah.
Your attitude will broadcast a signal. It attracts people and experiences that are on that same frequency. So if you're vibrating at a high frequency, your attitude is good and you're looking at things from a positive perspective, you're going to get high frequency results back. Like attracts like. So think about this exercise. If you're going to a meeting at work or you have to have a conversation that isn't necessarily the conversation you want to have. But before you do any of those things, take a moment, close your eyes, and imagine showing up as the most positive, open self you can be. And then notice how your energy shifts your tongue, your posture, and your presence. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a good mood, good things just come into you? If you're in a good mood, the rest of the day pretty much flows. If you're in a funk, it's kind of where the rest of the day ends up going. So that even if things aren't as you would like them to be, if you approach them positively, it's going to change for you. What you can sabotage yourself, clearly. So negative news, pessimistic people, your own inner critic, do yourself a favor. Stop listening to the news.
Please.
They, it, we could have a whole huge giant discussion on the media and what their job is now that it wasn't supposed to be. Just stop listening to them. Think about it this way. This is how I think about it. How do I know the media is lying to me? Their mouths are moving. It's, just focus on the positive. What can you do in your life to make things better for you?
And for those around you.
Yes, and for those around you as well. Because that's where it starts. A positivity movement starts with us.
So it's easy to start. It's easy to say, I'm going to be more positive. It's easy to say, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do gratitude every morning. How do you anchor that? How do you anchor a new attitude? Affirmations are a big help. And I know people have mentioned affirmations for years now, and sometimes you do them, sometimes you don't. But if you want to start something new, they're an amazing, amazing place to start. Choose a phrase like, I am open to miracles today, or I trust that the good is seeking me, or I am going to make positive change in someone's life today. And take a Post-it note. This is a trick I've been using for years. Take Post-it notes and post them. Put one on your bathroom mirror. Put a little one on the car mirror. Somewhere that you're going to see it every day. But the trick, the trick is every day, every week, move that note, because your brain will see it and it will become commonplace. If you move it to another place, even if it's only a few inches off, your brain will re-register it. So pick a phrase every day, pick a phrase that's going to last you for a week, and then pick another phrase. See what works for you. And with that phrase, I invite you to imagine carrying yourself with confidence, optimism, with faith throughout the day. How does that look to you? How does it feel? And how does it sound? Repeat the affirmation out loud every morning. And whenever you need to, whenever you need a boost, put a timer on your phone. I've had people do that. They put a timer on their phone for like every 2 hours. And that affirmation just pops up with the timer. And take that, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, just say it out loud and go on with your day. You're putting the effort and the vibration into it. Another thing that can help, like with her, because, if I get negative, she'll knock me in the head. Attitude and community work so well together. Find a friend, find a partner, find a work buddy.
An attitude buddy.
An attitude buddy, seriously. And when you're not that up, that chipper, you're having a day or you're having a moment, they can either say to you, hey, are you still open to miracles today? Or they can say to you, hey, get out of it. Come on, shake it off. So think about that. Check in with each other daily. It doesn't have to be a long conversation, or it can just be a quick text. Hey, how you doing today? And just remember that changing your attitude, it's not going to change every circumstance immediately, but it always changes you. And sometimes in really surprising ways. And you're the most powerful change agent in your life. So allow yourself, I'm using this phrase a lot, but allow yourself to the grace to make the changes. And when you slide back, just bring it back to the forefront.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of allowing yourself grace
Mm-hmm.
and looking to what good things can come from, even from negative situations.
Yeah.
Remember, one of the things I always like to say is failure, as we call it. It's not failure. It's feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time I'm going to go and do it this way. So have a positive attitude about everything in your life.
Yeah.
So if anything that we have said today resonates with you or makes you think of somebody that really needs an attitude check.
Or an attitude buddy.
Yeah, or an attitude. Be their buddy. Be their buddy. Be there for them and help them along the way. Let your positiveness shine on them and give them some grace. So share, like our channel, like our episodes, subscribe, and there's a notification bell there. You can hit that notification button and it'll let you know when our new episodes get uploaded. So we want to wish you, this is our last episode for the year. So we want to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Did we miss anything?
If we did, we apologize.
No,
Happy holidays,
Yeah.
Battle.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Enjoy your life. Enjoy your time. And never, ever stop dwelling in your limitless possibilities. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.